My beautiful stars, reading time. I set the intention to do a nice love reading because we've had some full-on readings this week, but as soon as I got in here, my angels, I'm hearing no contact, so hopefully those two messages tie in. Hopefully it's a nice no contact reading, but let's see how it goes. So first I just want to see what's around you guys energetically in the heart space. What's around the main collective? Okay. Separation, the only card that's up. So the separation card is about thinking about the future, unsure of the future. Okay, missing you, sadness, unsure about the future. All right. So it's clearly a painful, with love. It could be a nice no contact reading. This could have been a very painful separation. This is a lot of mourning, a lot of grieving over this person, especially if you feel you unconditionally love this person. But the right collective, you've been focusing on self-love, maybe a bit of self-care of recent as well, like not just inner soul, but outer appearance. Okay. Oh, wow. Do you know this? I don't think so. But passion, insane chemistry, liking each other equally, having fun, twin flames. Okay. I love these readings. All right. So main collective. You definitely feel you're in a divine pairing with this person, but remember the question is what's around your heart space. So just this specifically, especially with thinking about you unsure of the future, sadness, missing you. I don't think this collective, I think you have moments of really believing that there's, an equal bond here. But let's be real, the twin flame journey, especially through separation, a lot of doubt, a lot of questioning occurs because of the lack of frequent communication. Okay, so even seeing this twin flame card, I think the right collective, and I've had so many collectives of recent really questioning their journey. Okay, so right collective, you could just have a lot of, like a big fat question mark over this whole situation in your heart space. Okay, especially if it's been a long period of no contact. Okay. Oh, that didn't want to turn around. Okay, so I'm hearing two things. Maybe you're really trying to expand your circle of friends. Maybe you really are trying to live in the moment and just get out a bit more. You're trying to get yourself out of isolation. But also maybe this person connected to your heart space has really presented, because I keep going back to this first card, has really presented like they've moved on from this, that they're kind of soaring in life. Maybe you've heard along the grapevine that they're going out doing their thing, or maybe you've even seen this. Okay, so I'm hearing two for that. So if you have kind of witnessed this person presenting like they're just, having the time of their life, of course you would be questioning. Okay, and actually I'm hearing one more thing, especially with this self-love and self-care. If you haven't started to get yourself back out there and not date, but just, start finding joy in you're thinking you should start doing this, okay, which I always say is a good suggestion. I know true divines, especially once you guys get activated, you really, go into your magical bubble and you guys have a period of isolation. But I always say you shouldn't really be extending that isolation for a very long period of time, because you just start to shut down from the world. And there's nothing worse when you have this accelerated emotion within and you're just sitting in your space, in your mind. You do need to get out and try and distract yourself from that intense emotion. Okay, separation. Okay, so you could be questioning, or maybe you found out something. This is a card of seduction, so there could have been third-party interference. It is also a card of, you know, dating. I literally specified for this collective. I don't think you're trying to get out there and date, but maybe you have been thinking of that of recent. But there's some form of revelation here when it comes to your separation. Clarity, truth, revelation, force, honor, protection, power. So I'm still going to stick to my guns. I feel this is what's around your heart space. But if you have found out something, maybe it has come as a bit of a shock and a bit of a... But I just can't see how you would have these two cards here if you have found out something. And let's be real, third-party interference, especially on the twin flame journey, it doesn't just have to be love. Karmic situations can be family, friends, work obligations, certain responsibilities. Love. Beautiful. So you're going through a Phoenix period. I always say these are hard, but you're definitely starting to activate a new phase. There's something rekindling right now, renewing, transforming. There's a changed mind occurring. There's more growth. Passion. Wow. This could be a movement reading. You got the two, like, truth, sudden movement. The only other one here is the dragonfly. It hasn't come out. Sudden change, shocking news. Another epiphany card. Hold on, I want to get these because I was feeling no contact here. They'll be back at the bottom. Hold on, what's around this collective? Let's get a dice. If a 6 comes out, I'm not meant to get these. 2. Wow, so maybe now, from now till the next 48 hours. Okay. Well, we know that. Okay, so maybe there's been a bit of dishonesty here. I definitely think, especially with this, I do think this person's been dishonest about how easily they've moved on from this, but there could have actually been some secrets or some denied truth here with your separation and this person, but this is about opening up your heart. It'll help you attract more love. That liar pants on fire card, that's a hard one because it means there's a lot of unspoken truths. Okay, something with your home. So this is the next 48 hours. You could have lived with this person, but maybe you're wanting to move or you've got something coming up with your home. I don't think that you're moving in with this person in the next 2 days, but this card says change of residence, moving in with your partner. So this could be something along the grapevine. Oh, commitment underneath Lila Pants on Fire. Okay, so your intuition's right about something here with unspoken truth. So within the next couple days, there's something here. Maybe this person won't be approaching you the most transparent way, and they're saying you really need to trust your intuition with this situation. I always say this, broken record. Divines, especially through communication, you get stuck on a layer. It's like every time they pop back up, it's the same layer you get stuck on. Let it be, you know, you guys, they come in, there's always interference in the background, they still haven't cleared it. They come in and you guys, your emotion just becomes explosive and you have the block and unblock game. Whatever it is, it's like you guys just have this layer that until you learn from that trigger and learn to overcome it, every point you have to face the same thing. And I feel for this collective, every time you've heard from this person, you remind me of my collective. Hey, it's like you just null and void everything you're feeling in the sake of, if I'm just extremely nice, maybe they're not going to run this time. And the universe has tried to show you every time you've done that, they've run anyway. Okay, there's something here for this main collective Whatever is approaching you, your intuition's going to be on fire. And if you've never expressed your needs and wants, and I'm not saying in a volatile, abruptive way, but if you haven't been vulnerable, open, and transparent with how you're feeling, you're about to be faced with the exact same situation. Okay, so the red flags you ignore now will come back and bite you on the bum later. Now, I will say this, and especially for divines, you've got to remember when our shadow comes up. So you know how we talk about our shadow, our armor, what starts from 3 or 4 years old. I call it our fortress. It's our protection for when we're vulnerable. And unfortunately, we haven't learned the exact right emotion to express in those vulnerabilities. Now, with divines, especially through separation, you guys towards each other, your vulnerabilities, your trigger points are so active. I always say there's no one in this world that's going to trigger you more than your true mirror in life. Okay, so normally, when you guys have these points in your cycle, this layer, they're approaching you with their mask, their fortress up, right? So if you can't see through that fortress and you take, let's say this person comes in very suave, oh, hey, how you doing? Or very sexual or whatever it is, and you take it personally and you're like, ah, and then your trigger point gets activated into the anger, frustration, right? So then your armor comes up. We've got two people with each other's armors here and it doesn't go well. Instead of seeing, okay, this person clearly, they keep popping up in my life, but clearly they don't know how to deal with their emotion when it comes to me. So instead of activating their shadow, their armor, their fortress more, I'm going to take a moment to center. I'm going to make sure I'm not responding with my armor, my shadow, my triggers. Okay, you have to center before expressing. And don't take it personally. Whenever anybody's armor's up, it's because they don't know how to deal with what they're feeling. Okay? And there's something here. I don't think that this person wants to present like this, but if they've hidden truths from you, right? Even if they have the purest intention before they approach, you guys clearly have a lot of unfinished business here. So it's human nature. Everyone goes through it. To put that up as a protection thing, okay? Try not to retaliate. But if you know in your heart there's truths that need to be spoken, you need to center yourself before reacting here. And it's not about sitting on your high horse and being like, what happened here? What happened there? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. It's not that at all. I always say, when they truly respect you, feel safe enough, they're going to come through with truth. But just be honest about how you're feeling. Take some time. I'm really surprised to see your name. You're just going to have to give me a few days to kind of center my emotion. When you do choose to respond and you're seeing a clear perspective, just say to them, you keep coming back around for me, and every time you do, my emotion ignites so much. We've gone through so much and we haven't solved anything through what we've gone through. I appreciate you messaging me however you want to word it, but I know me as a person, I know my triggers, I know my vulnerabilities. If we don't clear the air, I know this is not going to go anywhere. So what's the point of us going around this roundabout? Okay? And then give them their space, or however you want to word it. All right. Wow. So they are saying through this breakup, open up your heart. It'll help you attract more love. So again, don't react. Center, open your heart, be vulnerable and transparent. Because if you're going to wear a mask, hey, how are you? Or whatever, you are going to be matched and reflected with their mask. So there's been a lot of challenges. There's that community. So I don't think they're coming in with a confession. I think their genuine intention is to come in and try and soothe this and work it out. They want some form of compromise, some form of forgiveness. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy for them to hit send by the looks of it. But through whatever happened here and something that may be coming up, this could be a grievance for them. Maybe they're reaching out in a point they have to move, or they've just lost a job, or underneath moving, it's making a decision, challenges, and working on inner healing. Let's just get 2 more overall. Okay, so, whoa. So water sign, emotions are going to be running high, but you could be a water sign, they could be, but Mercury retrograde. This is a card of, and I know Mercury retrograde's not till next month, but the theme of the card is putting everything under review through communication issues. Now I've just noticed I've popped that on this challenges row. Maybe this person, something's happened to their car, they don't have a vehicle, or I just feel this person is actually going through quite a bit of havoc in their life, and we will confirm everything. And this seduction, you've got someone else. Someone is in the middle trying to sabotage this. So there could be some very heavy energy attached to this person as well. So again, you need to trust your intuition. But nice card at the bottom. Luck is on your side with this. So just be patient. You don't need to rush a response. Okay. Again, girl with a snake, boy with a snake. There's definitely outside interference here. And this is a card of boundaries as well. So I want one more for this. This is underneath twin flame. Okay, so wanting to converse more. You might need boundaries. If you've never really seen yourself when it comes to your separation, and you've always been so energetically available for this person, and they're trying to rush to see you, right? And I say this all the time. If you cannot settle your heart, if you cannot find emotional center through messaging this person, and you've always been that person, you've never seen your worth truly here, you've always bent over backwards for this person, even after what's been done, okay? Until you truly see your reflection, this person's never going to see you properly. You need to see your worth. Now, if it's hard for you to speak clearly and transparently through a phone, imagine what it's going to be like if you're in front of them. All those things that you know have been holding you back through the damage that was caused here, it's going to go out the window. You're going to have love heart eyes. Okay, so maybe this needs a boundary. You want to see if you can at least solve some of your issues through communication, not face-to-face, through a phone call, a message, whatever it is, before seeing them. You're just going to open that wound again. And if it's not time to truly be on the same page, it's going to take you 1,000 steps back emotionally, okay? This has come out for the main collective for a reason. Last time I said this, someone said to me, but I've got autism. I need to see someone in front of their face. Clearly it's not your reading then, okay? For this message to come out, your higher self is saying, first, see how your communication goes through exchange of talking or messaging. See if you're at least coming onto the same page for organizing a coffee date, a dinner date, whatever it may be. And I will say, next 2 days, you didn't get date night, all right? So I wouldn't rush that at all. So there is something with friends going on here. So maybe their life is falling apart a little bit. This could be this seduction, girl, boy with a snake, and now girl talk, boy talk, time with friend, da-da-da. They could be going through some issues here. I actually had a collective the other day that you had someone really pulling on your heart, but people that were involved in your separation, there was conflict being faced with those people. So maybe there's some certain truths being revealed here, especially with the sword and the rose and the lightning. This could be more from this person. Like all the interference, even in that purple deck, you got it. I'm not going to lie, I think the advice they were getting from the people around them made them unnecessarily angry, avoiding a certain conversation with you. It's funny because I'm sitting here looking at this, right? And it's very rare this happens, but because this is around what's around the collective's energy, right? And I guess true twins, you are mirrors, but just all of these interferences here, I feel this could be a main masculine energy watching this, and that's what's around the masculine as well. So unsure of the future, going through grieving, still has this unconditional love. They're phoenixing, their mind is transforming. They've just all of a sudden acceleration really started to realize how much the intensity here is over you, and now they're facing, if they chose friends, family, other things in their life, it's like revelation. It's like, I'm gonna have to do masculine, feminine, collective. Because if it's the masculines going through this, and that deviation about, it's not about having a date right now in this, it's about sorting out communication first. Whenever you've had, especially on the divine journey, whenever you've had something really pivotal happen in your life, let it be good or bad, they're the first person you think about. There's a sense of urgency. This is pretty like full on kind of, like there's some sudden things going on. So either you can feel it, or this is, and again, when I say masculine and feminine, you don't need to be a male to be a masculine. It's the energy you embody more than the other, although this journey is to find your yin and yang and your balance. I just want one more card. I want one more card after that deviation, see if it comes out a bit clearer. So you got all three. Remember before I said, you just don't have the dragonfly. Whatever's happening, things are coming to light. Okay, they're trying to adapt, change, heal from it, but hovering over their phone, interested in conversing more. Okay. Email, hovering, one more. And it's taking them starting to reminisce now, wanting to make new memories and learn from the past. So the past is being really dragged up right now. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. I just want to clarify. I just want to quickly, let's get feminine energy, what the feminines are going through. Okay, so there is something, you're in Two of Swords, you're seeing something clearly, but there's like a warning, there's an ignition in your soul right now, especially with emotion. You feel like you're going through a rebirth, certain endings. It could be the main feminine collective facing a bit of destruction, or maybe you're really reliving, but Chariot, okay, maybe you're really reliving your ending right now, but let's be real, the collectives here, quite a few of them over probably about the past month, I've had so many of you guys really rebirthing in your emotion. Maybe main feminines, you're really focusing on mental discipline, you're focusing on your willpower, you're wanting forward movement in your life. Main feminines, even through this energy, you're starting to get, that action and that force back in your soul. But there is something emotionally for the first time. It's like you're trusting your body and ignition. You're not ignoring your emotional red flags at the moment, but you really could be reliving your ending right now with this person, or as well, there's certain things in your life that are coming to an end. So which means you're close to the end of a cycle, or you're processing the last few weeks of your 2-year karmic cycle right now. Okay. And feminines, you could have just had a passing of recent as well. Let it be a fur baby, or someone physically in your life as well, although a fur baby is physically in your life. Okay, Wheel. You can feel you've got your luck changing, a cycle closing in, but these two together, you're starting to take your power back right now. Eight of Swords in reverse. Again, you really do, especially these two here, you really think you're seeing things clearly in your life right now. Is it painful? Yeah, a little bit. Are you getting through it? Yeah. Are your days kind of like this? Yeah, probably. But you've got that Chariot strength behind you. You're definitely not wanting to give up on yourself, that's for sure. Why am I hearing this? We don't have a dreaming card, but I'm hearing you could be having a lot of vivid dreams. You know those dreams you wake up from and you just know something's coming? Like you just can't settle yourself. It's like that dream just lingers all day in your mind. You could be having very vivid dreams right now. Okay, so 9 of Wands. You are focusing on boundaries, especially, let's just say, let's take away this person. And I always say when we're getting pivotal lessons in our life about certain things and our emotion is changing, it's for a reason. There is something in the Feminine's collective. You know your emotion is on high alert with things and you are focusing on boundaries. Okay, I think you're sick of feeling battered and bruised emotionally, people taking advantage of your kindness. You're someone that you're just such a persevering, enduring soul. And I think you're someone in general, I just feel you're a very forgiving person. You don't remind me of a condemning kind of personality. So I think you're someone in general, let it be work colleagues or family, friends, love, whatever it is. It's like you just give people chance after chance after chance and you're really sick of it. Anything that's being presented to you with a lack of effort or makes you feel stuck in life, makes you feel like there's no movement. So instead, 7 of Pentacles is beautiful when it's upright because it's just germinating, it's flourishing, but it takes patience, but it's there. It's preparing you for harvest season. It's preparing you for, you know, all those fruits of your labor to come to fruition, right? But when it's in reverse, very stuck, very kind of, and it's like anything that makes you stuck emotionally or physically, you're starting to really reevaluate. Okay, this is smelling a lot like that main collective, like the black cards. I think you're both facing this, again, reflection, but in your own right. So because I'm not seeing any physical people come out right now. This is more just you, what you're going through. Yes, I said it could be this, definitely tied into your work, but we don't have like a main energy you're in conflict with right now, okay? Masculine's going to be very interesting. Okay, Death. Oh. 7 of Cups, you're sick of feeling confused. This is what you want to end with. Okay, the wishfulness, the illusion, focusing on this, that. You're starting to really understand what put a space of confusion. You don't want it anymore. So again, the right collective, it's not that you're not feeling it, but you're starting to understand where your emotional overwhelm comes from. And this is what you're rebirthing from. And you focusing on however many cups, it doesn't work for you. Lovers as well. So it's making you reevaluate everything when it comes to this situation that has a hold on your heart as well. You're going through a very big emotional clearing right now. And you're sick of the confusion. You're sick of the illusion. You're sick of, you know, wondering and questioning and blah, blah, blah. It's like you're kind of reaching a bit of a breaking point. Okay, so good. So that is that he's the slowest moving, right? But through his journey, he's learning hard work, perseverance. He's learning patience. He's learning commitment, getting tested, but doesn't give up. That's confirming the Chariot. So it's like, again, maybe there is some things that have been quite slow in your life that are starting to really move forward. And if it hasn't in the physical, you can definitely feel it coming, especially with this Wheel of Fortune. It's like, especially this big emotional purge you're going through. The right collective, you've had a moment to really ask, where is this coming from? Why is my emotion changing to this extent? There must be something brewing in the background. Okay. And again, all those things, because remember the first thing I said, the mental discipline, the willpower, all those things you've kind of been putting on the back burner and procrastinating on when it comes to yourself and your internal determination and willpower. Maybe you're like, it's time. I've got to start focusing on the right things, not things that put me in a 7 of cups. Especially with this Eight of Swords in reverse here. Another very good pairing. So with your Eight of Swords in reverse, you finally got a Six of Swords. You feel like you're coming out of your storm. You feel like with this new perspective, which I think is just gradually setting in. Okay, but as you've started to watch this, because I always say as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel, I'm here to confirm it. There is something for the right collective. Just before you started watching this, or last night as you were going to sleep, you started to have this ignition and this change of outlook, right? And your higher self is saying, by you taking your power back, by you just focusing on you and your daily life, you're starting to Six of Swords out of your storm. You're starting to find peace and resolve through the conflicts you've been facing, okay? Tranquility is approaching your soul. Wheel of Fortune. So we've got one. So there could be, but this is underneath Wheel. So King of Pentacles, you could be going through conflict with an earth sign, all right? But, just because we're reading feminines, it's the energy he embodies, right? He's my card. He's sitting on his mountain, castle in the background, having his cake and eating it too. He's the most abundant king, especially under Wheel of Fortune. So either your abundance is starting to increase, and mind you, he's the most trustworthy out of all of them, all right? He's a ride or die kind of energy. Loyalty, he prides himself in, or her, feminines, well, energy. There's something here, your wheel's really starting to turn for you in a very positive way, okay? It either is just starting to trickle in, or again, you can feel it. You can feel everything that's been stuck on pause is starting to hit acceleration mode, all right? Very nice. Okay, quickly, I just want to get feminines a surrender card, and then I just want to see how the feminines are feeling towards their masculine, and then we're going to get into the masculine energy. Okay. Perfect. Surrendering to stillness. I'm going to say stillness, not silence. In quiet, maybe you're meditating more. Maybe it's that meditate and contemplate. Maybe you're starting to really understand when you have emotional ignition, you need tools. You need to ride the wave, but in a productive way. And remember the very first part, I had a little deviation about the girl talk, boy talk. It's like you're starting to realize, if I'm literally just sitting in my magical bubble in my mind, how am I going to get past this? I need to be productive. Let go and enter stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. And that goes back for the feminines. Whoever the chaser has been on this journey, I always say that's clearly you guys. You're breaking, you're chasing your codependence, your abandonment, your anxious attachment style, right? So clearly whatever communication is coming for the feminine energy. Okay, so again, that confirms. Remember when we were reading that, and I said, find a center before at stillness. Find that before igniting through communication. That's another confirmation. Find center in your emotion before reacting to anything. And play. Have fun. Get out of your magical bubble. Take a break from overthinking as a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time for recreation and rejuvenation. So Spirit is saying your intuition to get yourself out more. You're on the money, and it doesn't need to be always being around people, but even in the morning, like when if you, and it's coming to my mind for this collective for a reason. Okay. Actually, I'm going to use my dad as an example. My dad owns 17 businesses. He's 61 years old, okay? And every morning, and he still works his ass off, every morning at 4 o'clock, he wakes up and he does an hour in the gym every morning without a doubt. And his businesses are all around Sydney. Okay. I don't think anyone has an excuse to not, and mind you, he was a single dad with us 3 kids, and he's always been a hard worker. He's always, and yes, we had like nannies or our grandparents. Yes, I get it. But when it comes to his mental state and his abundant path, that's my dad. He's a hard worker, but there's never an excuse for anything. And there's a reason I'm bringing this up for this collective. I just think if you can put at least an hour aside every morning, and I think there's nothing better to clear your mental state than let it be a half an hour walk if that's all you can squeeze in. Or, you know, if you do have the capability to go to the gym for an hour, do it as soon as you wake up. Like, change your schedule around so you can put you first. And this message wouldn't be coming out for this collective if you didn't have the capability to do it. Okay. Anytime I talk about this, it triggers people. I can't, I've got kids, or I can't afford that. Don't bother messaging that, because it's not for you. And there's a reason this collective, I brought up excuses, because I think you do have the capability, but it's quite easy for you to find a reason why you can't put yourself first. And the right collective, your mind frame is changing, and you know you need to start putting yourself first a little bit more. Okay, so Spirit is literally saying for you to stay on track with this clearer mental state that's coming over you. You do need more time for, you know, meditation, contemplation, but you need to get out. Okay. Surrender to your ego. There's a reason I say everything, and that deviation, I think it would trigger the right collective. But it's your ego coming up. Your fortress, you know what we was explaining at the start, when something gets triggered, a vulnerability, the defense mechanism comes up, or the excuse why not to do things. If you have an excuse to not put yourself first, you haven't really embodied your journey. Because just how we said at the start, until you truly see yourself the right way, your divine person never will. And how are you seeing yourself the right way if you can't even allocate an hour aside a day to put you first? Okay, out of 24 hours, if you cannot find 1 hour to rejuvenate your soul and be outside, active, whatever it is, and take a moment of rest, meditation, contemplation, just stillness, there's an issue. And that's your ego, okay? Telling you can't do something when you can. Cultivate gratitude, and yes, be in service of others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. One more. Surrender to prayer. Surrender to complete healing. And this is going to help you with complete healing. This is going to help you. And again, your higher self is saying yes. This is what's going to bring your healing into full circle eventually. This whole journey is about self-discovery and seeing your reflection in life, your true reflection, your value. Everybody, I don't think anyone should have an excuse to not value themselves, and at least 1 hour a day of dedication to you. And I think it's sad that people can... Anyway, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical and emotional and spiritual healing. And they've been giving the right collective inspired action through intuition, but for so long you've been putting it off. And again, the right collective, you've got the Chariot over this energy right now. So you know it, and it's starting to transition. You're finding this reading to solidify this in you. Put you first, because this is what your person's going through. They need to learn to put themselves first. So what happens with your magical threads? You might be getting lessons in a different way, but it's activating the strength they need through their emotion. Okay, no excuses. And surrender to addictions. So instead of the obsessive thinking, go do something that relieves the excessive thinking. Let it be food addiction, sex, substances, hard work. Replace the addiction with something that soothes you. All right. Okay, just one more. I just want to see quickly your feelings when we're getting this person. Okay, so right now, so there's distance with you guys, especially physical distance. I was about to say emotional, but then I went definitely physical. So there's clearly physical, because everything I say is for a reason. So you think they're going through healing and clearing of karma, but so are you in your odd right. All right, focus. You're trying to reevaluate, distract your mind, so put it into action. And it's not distraction, it's learning that you can teach your brain that when this emotion comes up, you start to teach your tools, the coping mechanisms, to relieve the emotion by putting you first. And again, you can do that however you like. It doesn't need to be being active. It can be painting, it can be drawing, it can be crocheting. But I just think spiritual people, Mother Earth, nature soothes you guys. Go for a walk on the beach, or go sit on go hug a tree for bloody 10 minutes. I don't know, but they're just the right collective, you'll get it. Okay. But as well, you could be thinking, this is how you're feeling about them. You could be thinking they're distracting themselves, or they're, reevaluating. But I think it's more you. I think you are starting to realize, I can't Seven of Cups. I can't keep Seven of Cupsing this love situation. I need to end this out. But window to the soul. They feel like home to you. Movement. Maybe you're in denial, because you can feel movement, but maybe you've expected this for so long it hasn't come through, so now you've got denial over this. You feel it, but it's like you don't believe it in your soul. Okay, so underneath distance, there is inspiration. You find inspiration from this person, but you've got static in your mind. Okay, and I wouldn't be surprised if you feel they've put distance here. Maybe they compare to you. There's something about you that maybe they're intimidated by and put static in their mind. Oh, wow. So magic. You could feel that this person, unfortunately, is getting a bit of karma for energetically interfering with you, or you could think that they control. It's so funny. I spoke about this on Snapchat yesterday. It's coming to my mind. Important deviation. I watched this documentary, and like I said on Snapchat, I do not recommend anyone watching this if you do not have a strong state of being and you have a strong state of mind, because it's very confronting. But anyway, it's called The Cursed Man, and it's not that he goes and gets all these curses and da-da-da. It's the scientists, and it's the way they speak about our thought pattern that can be very confronting. Now, I said over in Snapchat yesterday, anyway, I'm going to try and breeze through the main things. So in this documentary, there's scientists that deal with clairvoyance, healers, and anyway, just trying to really understand the power of energy, how far they can project out, all of this stuff. Anyway, they're talking about this number simulator that they had created, which reads the numbers 1 and 0. And they started putting these number simulators in main areas through America, so train stations, big buildings, all of this stuff, because they wanted to see the power of collective consciousness, right? So when 9/11 happened, those numbers that only register 1 to 0, they started all of these crazy rapid numbers because the collective consciousness was in so much fear and pain and just very, very heavy emotion, right? And I said on Snapchat yesterday, it shows with the news and stuff, how they can just put fear into the world collectively, everyone watching it. They start to create that reality for our earth. Like, this documentary was crazy. Anyway, so this man went and got cursed, and he went and got cursed by 3 different practitioners, right? Anyway, the curse started really affecting him. 6 months down the track, he was getting nightmares, insomnia, anxiety. He ended up busting. So he kind of got to his breaking point because he felt like, gosh, is he going to lose his marriage? Things started to get really bad for him. So he went to see these white witches that cleared out this curse. But one of the things they said is the biggest key here is your belief, because the reason he started this whole journey is because he wanted to believe. He had had a climbing accident, and he felt like he connected to the divine, and ever since then he was questioning and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, they did end up clearing this curse from him, and you can see like the check-ins through the documentary however many months later. But what I said yesterday, and I say this all the time in collectives and in personals, the amount of people I get that say, I've been hexed, I've been cursed, magic has been put on me, and I always tell you guys, do not put energy into it. I always say, you guys are powerful transmuters, but what you focus on, you create. I always say, just intuitively, if someone's playing with your energy, you guys end up doing an egg cleanse or clearing your home, or you do some form of protection work. You light some more candles than you normally would. It's like energetically, as spiritual people, you feel when someone's prodding and poking. But if your focus is, people are going to get karma, I'm angry with my emotion, they've hexed me, they've done this, they've done that, you're creating that. And this documentary shows the power of the mind. And it came to my mind for a reason here. I don't know if this collective for a long time, you felt like people were doing magic on you in this connection. And I see this a lot in the divine community. Don't focus on it. You guys are the most protected beings in this world. You're 5% of the population that's meant to change this condemnment in some form of way. I always say you have an army of ancestors. Anyone that tries to interfere with you guys energetically, you naturally transmute it. All right, so whatever this is, break free from feeling controlled by, puppeted by it, or again, thinking that this person is being controlled by it. You all this, don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't put energy into it at all. Okay, focus. Chaos. So you are feeling, but again, you're redirecting it. And that's why Source is giving you and confirming your intuitions to start putting yourself first a little bit and getting out of your magical bubble and just reevaluating. And there it is, the surprise call underneath home. Like I said, for some of you, this is from now till the next 2 days, but just focus on you, your emotional center. Find stillness, find calmness before any kind of expression. Awakening. So you're awakening more and more, and you can feel it. You're going through another rebirth here. An unexpected surprise. Okay, let's break down this person. The masculine energy. Let's break down the masculine energy right now. Oh, look what that split on. No contact. So they are going over this no contact. All right. First, I want to see what's going on in their life. Then we will see what they need to surrender to, how they're feeling, and I'm going to get intention for them because that's what's coming through. Anyway, all right, what's this masculine energy going through? Whoa. Okay, so they're trying to stand into their authentic power right now. Sun in reverse. There's certain things in their life that have been delayed. There's been a lack of completion, a lot of stagnation, a lot of disappointments, but over certain shortcuts or certain things they were choosing not to see. But just like you, they a Six of Swords. So clearly for this person, it's like they're starting to understand, for me to get out of this storm, I need to start making changes, just like this collective. Okay, I need to be productive. I need to be proactive about what I want to create in my life. I'm sick of feeling stuck. I'm sick of facing disappointments. Okay, there's something about my mask that's been holding me back. I need to stand into my authentic power. I want to feel blessings around me. I want to feel optimism. So what do I need to do in my life to start making change? You guys are going through the same kind of emotion, but I actually feel it's the masculines. Anyway, let's keep going before I speak. They're paralyzed in fear. They're paranoid, paralyzed in fear, paranoia, isolation. They feel restricted. They feel like they've got no power in their environment. And that is clearly why they're starting to reevaluate. Why do I feel powerlessness? I am in control of my life. Why am I going to keep making excuses? I have control of how I walk through life. No one else. They want their sun to shine. They're sick of this. Okay, so they could be spying a little bit right now, but they're starting to develop their mind. Okay, maybe they're wanting more. Their intellect and I just feel things that they were not seeing properly in the past. They're like that little detective now. They're not missing a detail around them. Okay, there's something about their Page of Swords finally being activated. So maybe things they're ignoring from the people around them, or those certain, boundaries that they should have put up, or that, especially if they're a people pleaser, they're starting to see things that they weren't seeing before. There's something expanding up here now. Okay, especially when it comes to their vision. They could be, I was going to say they could, but then I stopped myself. And maybe that's their mind, a little bit like this collective. They have this intuition to maybe delve out a bit more, but then they stop themselves. Maybe there's something their higher self is wanting them to learn and develop, and they keep kind of putting it off. Okay, so they're starting to realize, I'm not learning from the past. There's third-party friction in their life. So it is the masculines. They're sick of feeling like they're doing it alone. They're not interested in their life right now. There's a lack of interest in their surroundings, and they don't like it. Okay, there's things that keep repeating that they're finally noticing, especially with this Page of Swords here. But I think this person, they live their life through the lens of others, and they're like, why am I doing that? Look at my life. I'm just stuck. Everything's delayed. Every time there's something good, it's met with a disappointment. It's like this. Anyway, this is good. So it could be a Queen of Swords. So an air sign here. And doesn't need to be a female, okay? But the Queen of Swords energy. Harsh, critical, calculating, abrupt, a gossiper, someone that's scattered, easily influenced. They're easily influenced by this person. And maybe this person they're getting advice from, or whoever's been interfering, they're an easily influenced person. They don't even think for themselves, but this person has clouded their vision, and they're starting to realize it. The revelation, right? Epiphany, literally. The Ace of Swords, they're starting to see through someone that's very calculating. Liar, pants on fire. Epiphany, clarity, force, communicate. They're focused on truth. And this is where this Page of Swords is. They're finally seeing details that they were unfortunately blinded to in the past. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Not a good energy. I think they're moving on from this person. This manipulative, possessive, someone shallow, someone self-focused, someone that was jealous, someone that prioritized ambition and work over life. You know what I just heard? It's this person, especially if you resonate with being a Queen of Pentacles upright, this person's calculating, gossipy, this and that and this and that. They're finding maybe they created, and that's not this that's your person for being so impressionable. But maybe the advice that they were being given about you, because remember I said it's like they've been getting advice that's made them so angry at you and not wanting to talk. This person could have imprinted that you were this kind of person, that you were shallow. You would always just be focused on your pentacles in life, that you were a manipulative person, that you were possessive, that you were this, you were that. And let's be real, I'm going to be honest, if this person's been swayed to have this outlook on you, it started with them. Okay, it started with them and their slander. Okay, because I'm just going to be honest. But it got to a point, this person, unfortunately, especially the advice they were getting, they started to believe their own manipulation. I want one more for this, just with that deviation that came out of nowhere. This Queen of Coins. Now, so I feel it should be the looking ahead, but this is, whatever this was, this caused the breakup. There was financial ruin, there was rejection here, there was a change. 5 of Coins, that's hard. That's hard. So it's either they're now finally starting to leave someone in the cold that they're seeing through, or they're reflecting on the breakup here. That confirms both. So perfect. This is good. So everything that's one-sided, anything that's making them feel undervalued, they could be having some bad financial struggles as well right now, but they're starting to see this is literally, they're starting to realize I feel powerlessness because look at my environment. I need to stand up for what I deserve. I need to activate my self-worth. What this collective's going through. Another card of undervaluing themselves. I'm working too hard for free. So maybe they're working that shit mundane job as well that barely pays their bills. Lucky to save $100 a week. It's like, I just feel this is very masculines are in like high alert right now about their life and their environment. Overcommit. This is what they're seeing through. I've overcommitted. I've made poor choices here. I'm dropping the ball in my life. Look at how overwhelmed I am. I'm so scattered. My disorganization. I've got no goals. I've got no this. What's my life plan? It's like they're finally, everything they've been putting on the back burner. I think it's for these two people. Yes, that could be you, the perspective that they were made for you to believe. But if you know there's air and earth energy around I just heard fire as well. Could be Leo or Aries, Sagittarius. I think it's them. You look at all the interference that this person's had in their life. I'm going back to that first part, the black deck, this person's energy, and you can feel it. But everything's bubbling under the surface right now. They're about to break. One more. Yeah, regret, emotional baggage. Oh, and now they want to apologize. Regret, emotional baggage, past life trauma to heal, the guilt, the intense feelings over the unresolved issues. Now they're starting to reflect on everything. Okay. All right. Quickly, let's see what they need to surrender to right now, the masculines, and then we will get their feelings towards you. And then their intention. Surrendering to their intuition. So their intuition is in full force right now. The gut instincts, they're starting to literally see through the life that they created. They created this mess. Tune into your inner voice. Beware of gut feelings, flashes, and aha moments. Knowings and aha moments that come through to guide you. Their resentment. I think that's for you. They've all... okay, I'm hearing this very clearly. This person has been so, I'm going to say, very imbalanced, a lot of disharmony in their environment, right? And I say this about self-sacrifices. So when you're a self-sacrificer and you're constantly bending over backwards for your family, they're mistaking your kindness for weakness. Your job, right? You're working so hard and you're being undervalued, underappreciated, underpaid. Your friendships, you're always there for your friends, but they're never there for you, right? All of that starts to build resentment in your soul, right? But then unfortunately, the person you're in love with in life, because they get the brunt of your trauma, the littlest thing they do to make you feel undervalued, aka this collective making them feel undervalued for something so little, they explode. And it's like all the boundaries that this person should have had for these people, they didn't, because they were the permanent fixtures in their life. So all of that harbored resentment, and you know when I say it's like, you don't know you're getting resentment, but you become this kettle. You're on this constant simmer and you become a highly triggered being because you've just got all this pent up emotion for people taking advantage of you. Unfortunately, all that resentment that was being created by this people, they were taking that anger out on you and you didn't even know it. So this is why this person was holding on to every little detail, had all the boundaries. I'm angry, I'm hurt. Remember your first, the girl talk, the boy talk, with the boundaries hurt, not da da da. So this, a lot of it's come from friends. Okay. And unfortunately, it's like they hated you so much and they didn't even know why. Because every single person in this person's life, well, not everyone, but majority of them, taking advantage of their kindness, holding on to resentment, but now they're starting to relieve this because they're seeing through it. Only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive things in your life. Oh, God. So comparing, and it's funny because you remember your part, and I said, and some of you could think that you inspire the distance. They stay away because they're intimidated by you or they don't feel good enough. Maybe this person always compares to, or even maybe other people you've dated or the people you have around you that don't feel good enough. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, your own attractiveness and your own power. So they've got worthiness issues. That's why you need to, and creativity. So that Page of Swords, their mind's starting to develop, but I think they keep holding off something. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas and how to pursue a dream and solve a problem. setting limits. Just like you, the excuses. Don't do it, my feminines, because this person does the same. All right. Let's see how they're feeling towards you. All right. Oh, they've got the static as well. Okay, so telepathy. And I do think you're really reading their energy right now, but you're in denial, this collective. But they are confused when they think of you. The red fate. So they do see you as their twinnie. But it's like they're having those moments. Can they feel me now? Or maybe, especially if they watch you or they, watch your posts and stuff. Maybe you're posting things that are really aligning with their life right now. It's like they think you're in their mind. Okay, I think this confusion is about how to approach you, but I will confirm that. But you got that. So you do inspire them. So they do compare to you, that comparison. But you inspire them. And that's what the right love should do. Did you see that wanting to come out? The 20 card. So they're going over the initial union, because now that Page of Swords, they're seeing details that they chose not to see for a long time. So they'd be going over especially if these people were involved in true divines, the karmic interference is always there. So the people they're seeing through clearly, that someone else in the middle trying to sabotage this, they affected your initial union. Trauma. This is what makes them confused, and you're the same. This is why it's so important for you right now to clear your trauma. Silence, meditation, rejuvenate, play, because you'll help them clear their confusion. But you shouldn't be doing it for them. You should be doing it for yourself, because you want to do it for yourself. You want to start putting yourself first. It's got to come from a genuine place in your soul for you. It's like when people say, give up drinking, give up smoking, give up this, give up that, until you want to do it, until you want to change your life, until you want to give up those habits. If you're just doing it for someone else, it's only going to last so long. This needs to come because you really want to put yourself first and start seeing yourself properly. So confusion, the secrets, lie, pants on fire. So this is what makes them confused. So again, it's such a touchy thing. That's why you need a deviation with the purple deck. This next point of communication is huge, because this is what makes them static. They clearly need to tell you something. Okay, right, collective, you know it. But it's a constant burn. It's sending agony in them. How do I approach this? And remember when I read that, I was like, I feel they have a pure intention. I feel they really want to be open and vulnerable. But unfortunately, you guys have had such an up and down connection that the arm is going to come up straight away. Okay? And this is why it's so important you deal with it the right way for the right collective. So through this separation, they're starting to believe you were always their red thread. But they're really going over this separation right now, that's for sure. But even though they're starting to believe this, they're not silly. They know there's some hurdles. So I think they question this. They come in and out of this. And I think this collective, you do the same. Let's be real. Telepathy. Through the ghosting. So this person ghosted you. And remember before we split it on no contact. So maybe after they ghosted you, you didn't even know you were going into no contact. It's not like you had a conversation of, we need to do no contact. It's like you literally went into no contact because this person ghosted you. There it is, as we were saying it. Confirmation, but they're going through a dark night of the soul, comparing themselves to you. This is why they've got to stop comparing and start seeing themselves. But remember, dark night of the soul, true ripping away something really deep that they've probably tried to dissociate with, which is probably tied into these secrets. I had a collective the other day of something about their traumas being faced back to them right now. This is magic. So this wanted to flip out, right? So underneath union, right? Your initial union. This wanted to flip out. I kept shuffling. But then divine feminine with psychic abilities was at the bottom, right? So your initial union, they're starting to realize what a catch you were from the start. where this whole time they've created a version of you that you weren't even. This bloody evil, I wouldn't be surprised if this person thought you were a narcissist, whatever the case. But they're starting to realize, look what I had by my side. Look what I had by my side. Look what I lost. And look at my life. It's like, do you know what I'm saying, my angels? And this is why this is eating away at them. Why would this person, so if they already see you, your initial union, and true divines, you grow. So if they saw you like this when they were first with you, couldn't even imagine how they see you now. Jeez Louise, no wonder they're intimidated and compared to you. Okay, so this first row, this is very overwhelming for them. And they know, you can see. The intensity, I know that says love bombing, but I see it as and they could have love bombed you. But the intensity in them right now, literally constant burn. And their jealousy. All right, let's see true intention. Sorry, I'm trying to get this done. If you can notice how quick I'm talking, I'm trying to get this done a bit quicker. I think me talking faster is going to make the reading quicker. Oh. Anyway, all right. Their true intention right now over the next 2 days. Why did I just hear 2 weeks then? I mean, oh my God, and I just noticed my dice, 2-2, sitting at 2-2, 22, that could be important. 2-2-2, unexpected blessings or miracles. Okay, 2 days. There's a reason 2 weeks just came to my mind. For some of you, it could be 2 weeks or two, anyway. All right. Stop her. That was your last card. And you got it again, divine feminine. So they definitely see you as a divine feminine. But for their energy, they're coming into their compassion, their empathy, their understanding about what's really happened here. Sign. I'm working on my divine feminine side. I know I need to be more nurturing, understanding, and compassionate towards myself and others. I want to be more soft and loving, especially towards you. Their authenticity. They're wanting to get back into their sensitive self. Beautiful. Oh, we love that. Spirit. Oh, we don't like that. But I felt that before. I think they're spying on you. That just shows a little bit of still wounded energy, right? So they're coming in still a bit wounded. That would have been great if you had divine feminine, spiritual practices, divine masculine, because it shows a true soul evolution. But the fact that this person makes sense because they're really scared to tell you something, though. I'm healing myself through meditation and spiritual practices. This is why you, the main collective, you need to really focus on this. Number 25, it is the only, but for yourself, like we said, it's the only way I can feel, the only way I can make myself feel whole. Even if I'm gone, I am still connected to you in some way. I can't cut you off completely, but I'm afraid to return. My only interaction with you is through social media. I miss you. New beginnings. Divine feminine. Oh! Okay, so they're going through a fragmentation over a memory and people's opinions. What took their sensitivity made them completely gain all this resentment and anger towards you. They're starting to realize. So there is a memory here where people really interfered. Okay, and they believe these people. They drank their Kool-Aid. Don't make it fit. This would the right collective, it'll go bing, 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 bing. So a memory from December 22nd. So Christmas could have been a painful time. February 6th or birthday. December 22nd, February 6th, February 7th to March 19th. So from December to March would have been the right collective separation, because they're going over how the opinions about this is what they're starting to see properly with their divine feminine energy. They're starting to realize, what the F have I done? I followed blindly to what everyone else was telling me. They made me believe, impressionable. They made me believe our connection wasn't real and that it was just a waste of my time. I now know that's untrue, and it's breaking their heart into absolute pieces. I'm working on my self-worth. Good. For a long time, I deemed myself... Oh, this card actually makes me sad. especially because they compare to you. Deem myself as someone that didn't deserve love, especially your love, and happiness. I was always angry with my life and pushed love away because I thought I didn't deserve it. And then these people saying you were going to leave them, or you were this, you were that, you were just using them, or whatever they said, they believed it. Okay. Maybe lied and said you were doing something that you weren't even doing. There's revelations coming. So there was things done in the background that this collective, you wouldn't know. It wouldn't even be on your energy radar. You'd have no idea. Maybe you've had intuition, something was said or done or manipulated, but you've never known the answers to what it was. Cancer. So, but the energy of it, I was always so hot and cold with you because of all that resentment and anger, and you didn't even know where it was coming from. So, and I know that was confusing. Our connection was too much for me to handle, and that was the only way I could deal with it. They didn't know how to love. They didn't know how to see the power of love. Watching. Oh God, that's not good. So they're still numb. So they've got addictions themselves. That's not good. They desanitize. The pain of our separation is tearing me apart. I don't know how to handle my feelings and emotions. Instead of working through the pain, I use and take whatever helps me numb. That's not good. Because it means there's still an imbalance. So no wonder they're not going to be completely honest with you, because they haven't completely healed their mindset yet. This is why you need willpower right now. You need willpower for yourself, and so do they, but they need willpower and determination to not be bound to their addictions. Whatever they may be. Okay. I'll get tarot. If part of me thinks I shouldn't read it, this is something you guys just need to overcome together, however you do. 3. Okay. I'm going to say 3 weeks ahead. So next 3 weeks we'll do their action, see if it's just a lesson, a layer, how you should deal with it, and what the outcome will be. The wheel. Either way, and I went to see the lesson. Lesson, breaking through a layer, or potential of union. It's coming from up above. So whatever this is, it could go either way. Your time is about to go bing. And this is why all the wheel moving parts are coming into full circle. Remember I say, it's not just your wheel that needs to go bing. It's their wheel, the people that interfered. So all these truths and all these, it's like all of the wheels are coming together right now. Okay? It would be a very heavy time emotionally for this collective. There's our Queen of Swords. You could be one of my collectives as well. It's not just them that beelines you. It's that Queen of Swords. You could hear from a karmic. But this could be how they approach you. It doesn't surprise me because they're so... Let's get one more for that. Just with that liar and... I'm going to be honest. I feel this person's going to present with their mask. I don't think they're completely ready to bring their mask down. I do think they're coming from a genuine place, but I think this is more something that needs to go slow. I do think they're going to talk about bits of what's happened here, but not completely. Okay, and this is your next 3 weeks. So wheel's going to go bing, right? I think this person comes in this approach. This is where it could all go wrong. So if they come in like this and you retaliate, like we said at the start, something that could start progressing slowly, I think it'll go straight back on pause. Okay, it's like a 50-50 here. So they are going to talk about their deceit, their mask, but that comes later. Okay, but there is strategy, there is things in the background, the betrayal, the deception, the trickery, double life. They could have been living a double life. God, doesn't surprise me. And I am going to still stick with, for some of you, you could have an air sign that's attached to them confront you as well. I want one more for this 7 of Swords. Is this more of a confession, or is this how they're going to still present? No, they're going to talk about it. 6 of Wands. They want triumphant victory over this. So I think this comes late. If you guys can get through this part and be patient, because I think this is one of those situations they might pop up, get freaked out, disappear. Or remember I said for you guys, speak what you need and then give them their time. Everything I say is for a reason. If you don't retaliate and press block and do this and do that and just let this kind of unfold the way it's meant to, I do think you're going to get something quite shocking when it comes to certain truths, because they're really going to want victory here. Okay, one more. That's beautiful. The King of Penny. That's good. That was your last card, the Feminines. I do think this, you got to ride a wave. Remember, there's a reason I specified he's the most trustworthy. Okay. He's a ride or die. He's loyal. It's going to take some time to get to that. 3 weeks isn't long, but it's not going to feel right when it comes in, that's for sure. It's literally going to make you feel when this first comes in, oh, here we go again. Oh, like that kind of energy, okay? Because it's the layer for the right collective. You need to be patient. But I will confirm for you, and then we'll confirm the outcome. Because I think the right collective, it's going to be hard to get through this. And then have to face patience. It's going to trigger the shit out of the right collective. Especially because you're really focusing on you right now. This is going to make you think, they still don't see me. It's going to be a hard lesson. Okay. That's not bad. Okay, so you're going to want to rush this collective. You're going to be wanting to lead with fire. You're going to be wanting to get to the end stop straight away. They're saying, remember your independence, rest, rejuvenate, choose silence. Okay, 4 of Swords. You're going to have to really work out your mental. I always say 3 of Swords, heartbreak, 4 of Swords, mind ache. Okay, you're going to have to really come into emotional center and balance before trying to rush it. Your initial reaction, you're just going to want to conquer this whole situation and fix it. Nope. You got to go within. Let this person lead the way. Okay? It's going to be slow. And they're saying through this time, focus on your 9 of Pentacles, the person you've created. Focus on your self-love, your fulfillment, your independence with this. And then what may be the outcome? That's your biggest test right there. Do I lead with fire and force, or do I rest and trust? I'm sticking with 50-50. I feel for a huge chunk of you, it's going to be very hard to get through this first part. What's the outcome? Yeah, 3 of Swords. I don't think this is... I wouldn't even bloody... Oh, 50-50. You've got a 10 of Cups or a 3 of Swords. So you're either going to get back into the pain and sorrow, or you could start flourishing again. It's literally, it's this first 2. Again, I'm just here for advice. You try and rush it. You try and force it. When are we going to see each other? When are we this? When are we that? When blah, 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 blah. This person, you're not, because that's, you're not seeing yourself. One more. The 3 of Swords. Lovers, don't try and trust your soul contract. Trust. Even, and I always say, it doesn't mean you're not going to get to your end stop. You're just going to prolong your timeline. So let's just say you're in the percentage that unfortunately it goes to a bit of rubbish again, right? Universe is saying trust. Trust in your lover's energy. Okay. But this will, and this is also a card of harmonizing. So even that, but I think it's more, even if it does kind of go that way, just trust that when it's meant to be, it'll be. If you can't get through this trigger, your relationship would be bloody so up and down anyway. Or you'll go into synergy and you'll come into one big beautiful masterpiece, but it's going to take time. But you'll start working together as one. But it's in limbo. What way will it go? It's this collective in your reactions here. Okay, but again, Hanged Man, it's not there, but it's stuck until the right self-reflection and sacrifices are made in your life. Okay. Let's get you some charmies. Oh, you got the perseverant. Don't be tempted by the forbidden fruit, the apple. You could be eating an apple, so it didn't. I see that as Snow White's apple. But your perseverance, your elephant energy will pay off, and your perseverance in love, the silver love heart. Spirit animals, you'd be seeing a lot of black and white animals. Either way, you've got your love spell on the way. It's just how you come into it. And again, if you really believe in your fate and your thread, you choosing yourself, protect yourself, Sage. Just believe. The world is your oyster. Remember your pearl within. B-L-I-N-S, bliss. I know there's one S missing, but bliss. It could be, especially with the dolphin here. Oh, trust. This could really harmonize. You just need effective communication. Okay. And the universe would be giving... I saw the most beautiful rainbow yesterday. I went out to check my mailbox and it was freezing, and I don't normally go at that time. And I went out to check my mailbox and I look up and there was the biggest, brightest rainbow. It was so beautiful. You could have just seen a rainbow. But signs, your signs would be a bit different. And the Humza hand. You are protected. You are strong. All right. Dates. Birthdays, memories, angel numbers. 5th of the 1st, 1st of the 5th, 15th of the 1st, 15th of the 5th, 20th of the 4th, 20th of the 9th, 3rd of the 9th, 9th of the 3rd. 17th of the 1st, 15th of the 1st is important because that came out twice. 1717, that came out yesterday. 13th of the 6th and 13th of the 5th. And 5, oh no, that's 15. All right, I love you, my angels, and have a beautiful day.